I'm Jeff Nemnich.
And I'm Rick Paulette.
And we're the hosts of The Last Stand. Coyote hunting is my passion.
And coyote calls are my livelihood.
And together we aim to bring you the best predator hunting tips, tricks, and tactics, right down to The Last Stand.
The Last Stand, presented by Lucky Duck Predator Calls. We are the masters of deception. Swagger bipods. Shoot with confidence, shoot with swagger. Onyx Hunt. Know where you stand. Hornady. Accurate, deadly, dependable.
Well, we're back, man.
Back again.
Arizona.
Yep.
This is a trip I look forward to every year. You know what? We've been coming down to Arizona now since 2016.
Yep.
Makes what, about our seventh, eighth year in a row. You know, it's always fun for me. You know, but Dustin and I live 7.5 hours away, so we don't ever get a chance to hunt a whole lot in the winter. So this is kind of our annual deal to, you know, get caught up on everything and spend 4 or 5 days in the truck together, seeing stuff. And over the years, you know, we've been down here. We've found lots of cool spots in Arizona.
Yep.
And, you know, this year we're back down here in southern Arizona, kind of the desert, as I like to call it. And, you know, we've had some great hunts in the past, so the expectations are always high.
It's always an adventure.
Well, it feels good to be back in Arizona. We made a bouncy, rough drive to get into here what we want. We were taking the weatherman's advice that it was going to be kind of a southwest wind. So we bounced clear back in here to the far east part of the area we're going to hunt. We're just going to kind of work it on the way out, but it's thick. They have a lot of moisture down here in this part of Arizona this summer, so grass is a little taller than normal, but Dustin's going to do some work with the shotgun when it gets thick like that. So we're just going to blanket our way out of here with some stands and kind of maybe make 3 or 4 stands and kind of see what we're doing. There has been a trapper in here, so he probably has things thinned out a little bit, but they don't get them all, so we're going to give it a shot. So after talking to the rancher, we knew the trapper had been in there, you know, but, you know, we were probably stubborn. We probably should have looked somewhere else, you know, but we're like, no, come on, we can still go in there.
Surely
maybe
there's still a few in there,
yeah, there's
right?
still a few in there, you know. And, you know, we're driving into the first stand, and right there off the 2-track, there's a coyote and a trap. And obviously trappers check their traps every day, so that was like, man, that coyote just got nailed last night kind of a deal. So now in your mind, you're like, every blank stand, you're just like, man, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, Dustin asked me real nice if I'd call one in for him on this stand, so I'm gonna really try hard. We're about 7, 8 deep on the day. Haven't seen a coyote yet, other than the one we saw driving, but this is good. We're in some great stuff, man. Big mesquite flat here, tall grass. We've worked our way clear to the end of this chunk, and now we're working it back into the wind. So I'm just gonna crank some TNT for maybe 3 minutes. We are in bobcat country, so I'm gonna play a second prey distress sound, maybe lucky pecker, another 3.5 minutes. But once I get to that 7, 8 minute mark, then we're gonna play maybe 3 minutes of one of the pup fights, and we're gonna move on to the next stand.
that thing come from? I never expected one to come from right there.
I had it, you got this bush, and I have a little gap, and I saw him just hard as he could through there. By the time I got anything out of my mouth, he was already here. And then he got about, what, 20 yards out there and just kind of peeled out of there. And hey, you know what that is, though? It's the skunk.
The skunk?
We killed the skunk. Now the rest of them come easy now.
Heck yeah.
It only took us 3/4 of the first day, but
knocked the rust off.
This year's little pup right there. Nice bright white teeth. All right. Take 20 of those.
Well, we're trying to get something going here. Killed the coyote. Weren't able to put 2 stands in a row together. Got us some spot here now, a little more openness to us. I got the super rolling Dustin kind of out front, a little closer to the thickness. I found myself a spot maybe 50 yards back behind him a little bit to see things coming, hopefully. But wind's blowing maybe 15. I'm gonna crank TNT here for maybe the first 3-4 minutes and make a secondary prey distress sound for a couple minutes, and then maybe finish with some pup distress on this one. Big wide open stand here. Lots of little pockets of mesquite out there. Oh shit, big one coming. That's the biggest one we've ever called in right there. That's not good when you got a Great Pyrenees sheepdog standing over your call. Hey, come here. Where's the coyotes at? Huh? You know where the coyotes are at? We don't either. Back to the call.
You never know out in this country. He must have come off that dam. There's another big valley we were trying to get to, but the property line just didn't quite get us over where we needed to go. And yeah, that's where this coyote came from. We have all this awesome bottom out in front, tall grass. Dustin was kind of set up down in the hole with the call, and coyote came hard left, which was straight up wind. And he was coming right here, jumped a log. I don't know how quick we got the camera on him, but he ran and he stopped right. I think he saw us moving up here a little bit, and he checked up hard just on the other side of the mesquite bush from Dustin. And he peeled out of there, but Dustin was on him luckily and got him rolled up. You never know in this country. You never know.
Hard left again. The one place I'm not looking.
He looks like a monster.
It's like, a little tiny guy.
Oh my God.
Well, we're back. Day 2, Arizona. Yesterday we spent some time hunting areas that we hadn't spent a whole lot of time on. We've never done great there, but we're down here for 3.5 days, so we thought we'd try some new areas. It didn't pan out. We only killed 2 coyotes yesterday, but today and tomorrow we're in areas that we know well.
Yeah.
And historically we do pretty dang good, so expectations are high. Wind's going to be pretty much non-existent today, 5, 10 maybe tops, which is perfect. But we're excited. Got a beautiful Arizona sunrise. We're going to sneak in here. There's a pond dam back in here about 300 yards. Kind of opens up, gives us a little more visibility, but should have the sunrise off to our east, so that shouldn't be an issue with visibility. Just a little bit of a breeze right in our face, not hardly any at all, but we're gonna see if we can start the day off right.
Let's go get them.
Well, we're back on her. Probably my favorite stand from last season. We were here, we killed 5 coyotes on this stand. It's, once again, though, it's a little bit different stand than it was last year, just because of the growth of the grass. We don't have near the visibility we had last year, but grass is probably a foot taller at least.
We're on the board. Great footage, just product of where we're hunting right now. That shotgun footage is cool. It's great if it's in the right thing, but man, right now we're trying to do dang near the impossible. We're trying to shotgun these coyotes. Grass is tall, the wind's kind of swirling on us, the sun's not a whole lot of cover to sit by. So when you can get them in like that, it's saying something. It's a pretty awesome deal. I'm just glad Dustin shot one. Now I don't have to listen to him whine the whole day like yesterday. Well, good shot, man.
Thanks.
We haven't got him to, like, you know, right to the call. They're like we've called in now about 3 on the trip, and they've all got to, like, what, 10, 20 yards from the call.
Yep.
But we're just, the conditions haven't been great for what we're trying to do. I mean, when you got 2 of us and cameras, we're getting these coyotes in close, and with no wind, it's swirling around in here, the sun, it's just, when they get that close, man, they get, God, they can pick us out so well. But then the problem on the top of it is we don't have any rifle shooting, because we're not seeing these coyotes on stands like last year we made, where same stand, we killed 5, we watched 2 of them come from, what, 200 yards out.
Yep.
We didn't even see this coyote until he popped out at 50 yards. So it's just a little bit different game. It's gonna take a little adjustment on our part, but we'll make it happen, I think, eventually.
We'll get them.
They'll, wind, I think, always helps a little bit. I've never been a big fan of this dead calm stuff, but